Hello YouTube, welcome to episode 3 of this quarantine trail build, back by popular demand. Also, this is Sweden and we never really had any quarantine, so we're basically just building a trail, and it's gonna be awesome. Alright, so what have we done here? I've been away for a couple of weekends here. I haven't been able to dig, but the boys have made so much progress. So now we've got 2 separate trails here. Everything is superbly shaped. This little booter sends you right to the landing. It's big enough, and you get tons of speed from this berm that we rebuilt. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen the speed that you can get from landing the split line booter just right. You're looking at the landing of that jump now. That speed needed to translate into some serious airtime. We basically needed a lip that resembled a slope style feature more than the 4 meter long load just before it. I already had vivid images of late evening golden hour sessions and epic insta bangers, and we hadn't even decided where to place the lip. At the same time, we wanted to keep the main line on the left over a much smaller tabletop where lesser skilled riders could practice safely and more experienced riders looking for speed could ride it as basically another long and low. It was clear that the trail needed widening here too, and that in spite of that, there was very little space to build another lip right of the existing tabletop. We needed to dig out some of the hillside, and this dirt came in pretty handy, partly for filling out the trail and partly for the new hip booter. However, in our unlimited wisdom, we put the lip way too close for it to be safe to ride. There was barely any space to properly land before the hip jump came at you at like 1,000,000 kilometers an hour. Here are a few attempts at making this work, all of which were phenomenally uncomfortable. At least now I knew it could ride off the side of the lip and not crash.
Vad var det där för något?
But let's give that another shot, this time a little more gracefully than a stampeding herd of elephants. Knowing where to place your features comes from experience. Build, ride, repeat, and a few years down the line, you'll get the hang of it. Since I'm still pretty new to building, I was almost hoping we'd run into problems, because problems need solutions, and solving them is the only way to learn. Okay, so back to the drawing board. By this point, the guys had already moved the lip about 2 meters further down the trail, but we kept digging out new problems. Literally. So these rocks, nobody really knows what we're going to do with them, but they need to be dug out of there somehow. Or broken up, I don't know. We'll see. And there's always more of them. Alright, let's get digging. This one boulder in particular almost made us give up on the whole hip jump idea. It would not budge. Now, since most of the hills in Stockholm are made from what's essentially building rubble with some dirt thrown on top, you never really know what you're going to dig up, and when you do hit something hard, you never really know how big it's going to be. So we took turns chipping away the dirt and tried to figure out if getting rid of this boulder was even possible. And finally, the damn thing budged. We basically had to dig out a channel across the trail and try and roll it off to the side, but at least now we knew that we could complete the build. So good times all around. A bit more filling in holes, raking and packing, and unapologetically showing off my flabby dad bod, and we were ready to send it. My apologies for not remembering this dude's name, but he schooled us on smooth riding on what I'd easily consider a cross-country bike. Next up, Fabian came in a little too hot, but it just proved that there's a decent margin for error on these jumps. His following attempt though, smooth as butter, perfect backside on a long and low. William went just a little off the pace on the first jump and tapped the top of the landing with his rear wheel.
Moving on the edge.
Yours truly got a bit bucked and had to do that BMX pump thing to angle the bike enough to match a landing. Cased hard anyway, but somehow mustered up the speed for the hip. The second attempt was way more controlled, and I even managed to sprinkle in a little steeze into it. This really needs a landing. I mean, right now we're landing somewhere there. Yeah, gonna need some kind of, I don't know what we're gonna do, some kind of hip landing. It's gonna send us that way then, so into the rest of the trail. And then the boys have also been busy and sorted out the step down over there, which I think maybe should be a little bit bigger, but we'll have a look at that later.
Jag kör bara rakt fram.
Ja, men fan det är lite något bättre.
Ja.
All right. Let's see how she rides. We'll do a train down here. First jump. And now we're getting ready for the big one. Lots of speed. Whoa. She rides nice. Step down. That was heavy. Down there. Pick up a piece of this. Oh crap. Whoop. Almost missed that one. I didn't even see that jump. Whoa. So that's it from this build. Good times were had and our local trail got revamped, made safer for beginners and more fun for the skilled riders. There's something here for everyone. I'm sure that there are loads of improvements that could be done here, so let me know in the comments below what you think could add some zest to this trail. And as always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that sub button and share with someone who might enjoy it. Until next time, go ride your bike and keep it rubber side down.